It was hot in Brooklyn. The asphalt melted underfoot, and the air buzzed with tension. Sam, a tall, skinny guy with constant anxiety in his eyes, stood by the entrance to the bank. Next to him, nervously shifting from foot to foot, was his friend, chubby, disheveled Richie, who looked more like a hot dog vendor than a robber. "Are you sure?" Richie asked, wiping sweat from his forehead. "We either do it now or never," Sam replied. "This is a stupid idea, man. I don't have another choice." Sam adjusted his cap, pulled a mask over his face. His fingers clenched the plastic handle of a gun. A fake one, but it looked convincing. They walked inside. It was supposed to be quick. "Everyone on the floor. This is a robbery." People screamed. A security guard reached for his belt, but Richie pointed a gun at him. "A real one. Don't play the hero." Seconds felt like minutes. The tellers opened the safes. Sam tried not to breathe. But then, as always, something went wrong. Someone hit the alarm button. Within minutes, the building was surrounded by police. Sirens, loudspeakers, TV cameras. Just like in a movie. Sam and Richie were trapped, with dozens of hostages. No plan, no way out. But Sam wasn't going to give up, because this wasn't just a robbery. It was a cry for help. "Listen, Sam, we're screwed," Richie whispered, hiding behind the counter. "They're already here. That's it. Game over." "Shut up," Sam snapped. "No one's dying. Not yet." He stood up and walked toward the hostages. People were lying on the floor, some crying, some praying. One woman, elderly, wearing glasses, looked at Sam with a certain curiosity. "You got a plan, son?" she asked. "I do. It's just not ready yet," Sam replied with a crooked smile. Outside, chaos began. Police were setting up barricades. TV crews arrived. One reporter, live on air, said, "We only know one thing. The criminals are inside. One of them seems to be trying to keep all the hostages alive. For the first time, we may have a robber who doesn't look like a monster." Sam saw himself on live TV. The bank window reflected the televisions from the street. They were showing him. "They think you're a hero," Richie chuckled. "I'm not a hero. I just want the man I love to live." Richie went silent. He didn't know how to react. He'd always thought they were just friends. But now, it was more real. "Dude, you're doing all this for him? He's in the hospital. He needs money. Fast." "But this is insane." Sam looked at the door. "If I don't do this, he won't make it to August. And I promised to be there." The police cut the power. The waiting game had begun. But Sam was already starting to change the rules. The police set up a command center right on the sidewalk. Inside the van, tension. Captain Devereaux, a veteran of situations like this, stared grimly at the monitor. The cameras showed Sam walking among the hostages. No panic. No killing. "We've got a strange kind of robber," he muttered. "You mean smart? I mean, not typical." Devereaux grabbed the megaphone. "This is the police. We don't want bloodshed. Release the hostages, and we'll talk." Sam stopped, looked at Richie. "Time to talk." He walked up to the doors, raised his hands. "Everyone inside is alive, but no one comes out until I get what I need." "And what exactly do you need?" A voice asked through the mic. $100,000. In cash. And a live broadcast. "I want to speak to the world." Devereaux clenched his jaw. "What is this, a circus?" "This is life," Sam said. Inside the bank, Richie still held the hostages at gunpoint. But his hand was shaking now. He wasn't built for this. He dreamed of a big score, a getaway, the Caribbean. Not CNN and SWAT outside the window. Sam, we're not getting out of this. We will, but a different way. He pulled a phone from his pocket. A SIM card activated that morning. And the number of one journalist. He dialed. This is Sam. I'm the one in the bank. And I've got a story you won't forget. The phone was answered almost instantly. This is Dale Marshall, NYC now. Turn on the camera. Start recording. And listen carefully. Live on air, the journalist sat in the studio. But within a minute, his voice began to tremble, because he wasn't listening to the police, not an analyst, not eyewitnesses. He was listening to the robber himself. My name is Sam. I'm 25, and I'm not here for money. I'm here for love. A pause. My boyfriend, Alex, is in the hospital. He's struggling with severe depression. He wants to change the body he can't live in. And the system told him to wait. But he can't wait any longer. Viewers across the city froze in place. I'm not a criminal, Sam continued. I'm not a killer. I'm not a hero. But I'm the only one who stayed by Alex's side. His family abandoned him. The state turned a blind eye. And now it's just me. And I'll do whatever it takes to give him his chance. Inside the bank, Richie couldn't take it anymore. You've lost your damn mind. They're gonna kill us. For love? For a transition? That's not our business. Sam slowly turned to him. What did you think? That we'd rob a bank and escape to the beach? We're in New York, Richie. It's never that simple. I told you the truth. Now either help me or walk out and surrender. Richie stayed silent. Outside, the crowd was growing by the minute. And something was shifting. People no longer saw Sam as a threat. They saw desperation. And the police saw it too. Captain Devereaux took off his glasses. We need to think. Very carefully. A strange silence settled inside the bank. The TVs, turned on by the police for monitoring, were replaying Sam's words. Some of the hostages, who had been terrified just hours ago, were now looking at him differently. The elderly woman in glasses, who earlier asked about his plan, sat down on a chair. Your boyfriend, he's lucky to have you. Thank you, Sam replied. But I don't want you all to suffer because of me. Then let us go, said a man in a business suit. Do something right. Sam paused, looked at his watch. I'll release 5. Women, elderly people, and anyone with health issues. He looked at Richie. Richie nodded. The police watched as the bank doors opened. The first hostages came out, hands raised. No blood, no panic. He's up to something, one SWAT officer said. Or maybe, he's just not a killer, replied Captain Devereaux. Inside, Richie was downing coffee from the vending machine. His hands still shook. Listen, Sam, I didn't know. About you. About Alex. I didn't owe you an explanation, but you stayed. And that's already more than most ever did. Richie looked out the window. We're not getting out of this, you know that, right? Maybe not, but at least the world will know the truth. As evening fell, one of the hostages, a young guy, maybe 20, walked up to Sam. My brother is trans. He ran away from home because our dad beat him. Sam stayed silent. The boy added, You're not alone. And, thank you. The crowd outside was reacting in unpredictable ways. Some shouted, Maniac, but others screamed, Give him airtime. Give him a chance. There was something new in the air. Not just a robbery. Not just hostages. A story. That was changing the rules. Night had fallen over Brooklyn, but outside the bank it was bright as day. Cameras, floodlights, drones. For the 3rd hour in a row, live coverage kept circling around the same headline. the robber who became a voice for those no one wants to hear. Inside the bank, Sam sat on the floor, phone in hand. A message had just arrived. Alex is stable. He asked me to tell you he believes in you. Sam's eyes welled up. He was silent for a long moment. Then he stood. I demand a live broadcast. Now, or no more hostages will be released. Captain Devereaux grabbed the mic again. Sam, you want airtime, you'll get it. But no threats. Release 5 more people. And we'll give you 1 minute. Prime time. I don't want 1 minute. I want 3. And I speak alone. No reporters. A pause. Deal, Devereaux replied. But remember, you're responsible for every life inside. An hour later, the studio cameras were set. The anchors said nothing. The screen split. On the right, Sam's face. On the left, live footage of the bank. He began to speak. I'm not here out of greed. I'm here because of injustice. My boyfriend, Alex, lives in a body that's killing him from the inside. And the world tells him, wait, file paperwork, get approval. And in the meantime, suffer, die? Sam took a breath. I'm no angel. I'm a robber. But today I'm also a voice. For the ones you don't hear. The ones you look down on. The ones who have a right to simply be. These words echoed live across America. In the hospital where Alex lay, nurses stopped to watch the screen. And he heard it. Sam wasn't talking about a crime. He was talking about love. If I die, I'll die knowing someone heard me. And if I live, I'll live believing the world can still change. The broadcast was cut. But it was too late. The story was already free. The next morning, everything was different. The bank had become a symbol. At the barricades, it wasn't just spectators anymore, but activists, volunteers, journalists, strangers holding signs. Here, Sam, love is not a crime. Give Alex a chance. But to the police, Sam was still an armed criminal holding people at gunpoint. They were preparing for an assault. Inside, Richie was pacing nervously. This has gone way too far. We just wanted the cash, Sam. Just money. And I want more than just cash. I want to be heard. Richie clenched his teeth. He was spiraling. So what now? They'll shoot us? Over love and rights? Sam looked at him, long and silent, then said, Richie, you can go. Turn yourself in. Say I dragged you into this. I won't let them kill you. And you? I'm staying. To the end. The police were ready. Lasers, thermal scopes, smoke grenades. Captain Devereaux took the mic one last time. Sam, this is your final chance. Release everyone and surrender, or we're going in. Sam looked at the hostages. You can all go now. I held you here out of fear. Now you can leave. This isn't about you. It's about me. The hostages walked out. One by one. No screaming. No panic. Some even had tears in their eyes. Someone whispered, "Thank you." Sam was left alone. Richie was the last to leave. But he stopped by the door. "Sam, if they shoot you, tell Alex that you really were a hero. You'll tell him yourself, if I make it." Sam smiled. Then silence. An empty bank. One young man. And everything would be decided in the next moment. It all happened in seconds. The lights went out. A flashbang exploded. Shouts, glass shattering, boots pounding. Sam didn't move. He sat in the middle of the lobby, unarmed. No mask. Face exposed. Police stormed in. Guns drawn. Someone was already ready to shoot. On the ground. Hands behind your back. "I'm not resisting," Sam said calmly. "I've said everything I needed to say." He lay down. Cold tiles pressed against his cheek. They cuffed him. Dragged him outside. Cameras flashed. The crowd roared. From the noise, voices rose. He did it for love. Let him live. Sam is not a killer. Richie stood off to the side, wrapped in a blanket, watching as they put Sam in the car. Their eyes met, just for a moment, but it was enough. At the hospital, Alex watched the TV. Sam's face appeared in cuffs, but alive. He smiled through tears. He did it. He really did it for me. The weeks that followed were loud. Lawyers, trials, talk shows, protests, petitions. But the story had already taken on a life of its own. It had become a symbol. Sam was sentenced, but not the maximum. Even the judge said, "You broke the law, but you also awakened the conscience of millions." Richie was released on bail. He no longer laughed as loudly as before, but every evening he wrote a letter to one boy in prison. Alex got the surgery. Not right away, but he did. Because now he didn't just have Sam. He had a world that finally listened.